Everyone makes the same mistake when starting off in Pokemon Champions. Because of this mistake, people quit playing Pokemon Champions after one day. By the end of this video, you are going to learn about this mistake so you don't make this mistake so that you can play Pokemon Champions forever. Hello, you. I am Coach Pokemon and I teach people how to play Pokemon through Pokemon Champions. And the first mistake that people make is starting off with a bad team. The first team you have in Pokemon Champions can either make or break your experience. So right now in the main menu, we have the box highlighted. This is the area where all of your Pokemon are going to exist. I've been playing this game for about a month now, so you can see I have a variety of Pokemon here in my collection. And at some point in the future, you're going to have the same exact thing because you play this game. Now, in order to fill up this box, we have this area over here called the Recruit tab. So we're gonna click on this. And then what we're gonna notice is something that says Recruit Pokemon over here. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna click on Recruit Pokemon, right? So what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna see this box. This box above me, like right over here, can change. And be aware that it can change because there are multiple boxes that it can appear. And I'll do a separate video when I see that pop up in the game again. But what I want you to notice, okay, is that if I click on A, it's gonna pop up with this box. It's gonna ask you, do you want to use 22 quick coupons to meet a new lineup of Pokemon? For the purposes of this, I'm gonna say yes, so I'm gonna click on this. And this is the most important part of the entire game, really, because this menu is gonna start to appear. We're gonna see Pokemon in the wild, and it's gonna give us a group of Pokemon. Now, this will make or break everything. This is the exact menu where you are going to build your first Pokemon team. And I'm telling you, from experience, in this first group of Pokemon over here, you're gonna see powerful Pokemon like Charizard, Garchomp, LeBron James. When you make that first pick, you need to say to yourself, my entire team has to revolve around this Pokemon. To make this easy, I'm gonna pretend that I am you. And this group of Pokemon here are the same Pokemon that I get to choose from as my first Pokemon Champions team. A team so strong that it will take you all the way to Master Rank. Personally, the team that I chose using the method that we're gonna learn today brought me to Ultra Rank. I did have to upgrade them a little bit in order to beat the Charizards and all this stuff, but it got me to Ultra Rank, so pay attention. So looking at this group over here, I believe that the Pokemon I want is definitely not the Rotom. I think I want the Aegislash. I have never had an Aegislash before, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna permanently recruit that because we want that. You can either use your money, your VP to get Pokemon, or you're gonna have a lot of these permanent recruitment things over here. So if it's a really powerful Pokemon, just permanently recruit it. If it's a weak Pokemon, just do whatever you want, right? You can trial it out for 0. We're gonna take this Aegislash, so now we got our Aegislash, which is actually awesome because I've always wanted an Aegislash. It's pretty cool. So now this is the most important part. As you can see, this is ChatGPT. We are going to use AI to help us to build our Pokemon team. And let me tell you, if ChatGPT was a Pokemon trainer and could exist in real life as a Pokemon trainer, ChatGPT would probably kick all of our butts. Because watch, let me type this in. Look, let's read this sentence. I'm making a Pokemon doubles team in Pokemon Champions. I started with Aegislash. Can I tell you some Pokemon names and you tell me if they work well with Aegislash? And that's where we're going to start, okay? You're gonna have your AI open while you're playing your Pokemon Champions game. Remembering that right now we have 1 Pokemon on our team and we need a total of 6. So we have to do this a total of 5 times, okay? So right now we're gonna go take a look, see what we get. Hopefully we get something cool. Let me see what we got. Let's see what we got. Let's just skip this. All right, I already see some good Pokemon here. I see some behind me as well. We can do this in a couple of ways. If you're experienced and you know Pokemon, you're gonna know whether a Pokemon's good enough to take without asking AI. Or if you know absolutely nothing, what you can do is you're gonna notice above my head, right over there, right next to that Pokeball on the left, you see where it says Tauros? That's the name of the Pokemon. Arachnid, Leafeon, Mousehold, great Pokemon. Dragapult, Meowstic. I can't say that word. Glimora, Bastiodon, and Pidgeot, okay? And I read all those names for a reason, because you can write all of those names down, okay? And then you're gonna go back into the AI, right? So it's gonna come back over here. Let's go ahead and we're just gonna input this in so we see what the AI says. It's extremely helpful and it's gonna build you a very powerful team. Let's say the one that I remember off the top of my head, I know we had a Pidgeot. So if I just want to know about one Pokemon in particular, I'm gonna type in Pidgeot. But if I have the ability to add the other ones, let me just go back to see if I can find another one over here. What else? We got Pidgeot, and then let's take a look at the Mousehold as well. So Hold. Let's see what it says. Pokemon Champion, Aegis class, Pidgeot. This pairing is pretty weak. Okay, so we're already learning that we're not taking the Pidgeot. It's pretty trash. Okay, and then the Mousehold and the Aegislash, this is much more interesting. You know, Mousehold provides with incredible support and so on and so forth. Mousehold genuinely solid support partner for doubles and Aegislash. And keep in mind, like, it tells you exactly the moves you're gonna want to run. It tells you almost exactly, follow me helps protect Aegislash while it sets up or attacks safely. So not only does it tell you which ones are better, but it tells you exactly how the Pokemon needs to play and what to do. Now, keep in mind, I could do that for every single Pokemon over here before I make a decision, and it's gonna give me the same information. Look, I just know that Mousehold's really good, so we're just gonna go ahead and take this Mousehold, and we're gonna add that to the team. But the idea is that we do that same exact sequence for every single time we pick a Pokemon. At the end, you can even add the Pokemon you're picking into the AI so the AI knows the 5, 6 Pokemon that you have on your team. That way it can build the best team. And when I did this the first time when I played, I started off with a Lucario. I played a Mega Lucario team, and it took me almost to Master Ball ranked, where I ended up becoming ranked in the top 150,000 in the world off of a ChatGPT AI team. So if I can do it, listen, anybody can do it. It's extremely easy. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below. I am Coach Pokemon, your Coach Pokemon, okay? Always remember, everybody, always remember, you eat healthy, work out every single day. Most importantly, you gotta remember to believe in yourself. All right, have fun playing Pokemon. Peace out.